Now, this is for the bond servant and master. This is chapter 6, verse 6. We're still on the same thing. Chapter 6, verse 5. Bond servant, be obedient to those who are your master, according to the flesh, with fear and trembling in our hearts as to Christ. Everything we do, we have to do it as to Christ. If we have jobs, we go to our jobs. We respect everyone that is there, standing tall, being in our fruits, being in the right side and the left side of God's. I know a lot of people probably be like, that sounds like some slavery type stuff. It were. But the difference was, remember, it was one time when we chose another master over our God. And even though we chose another master over our God, God still wanted us to have his instructions no matter what. Same thing with Christ. When Christ chose to do this work, to come down to save a rich like me, he knew the proposition. He knew what he was going to come through and have to do. He knew that it was going to cause him to have debt. He knew that he was coming in the life of death, in the flesh, and do this marvelous work. But no matter how the consequences would end up for him, he knew he had to stay in obedience. He knew he had to stay in the fruit, and he knew he had to fulfill the law. So when you're fulfilling something, it is not by your eyes, your ways, your hearing, your thoughts. It's only by God's. And that's what we have to understand. This is how we guard our lawns. By being obedient to God. By doing what is right. By knowing what is right. Okay? Not perfect, but showing all good that they may abide the doctrine of God, our servant in all things. Our servants in all things. And then it goes on to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's kind of the same thing. It's just saying, Masters, give unto your knowing that ye also have a master in heaven. Meaning, God is letting the masters know that they also have a master in heaven. But some of them, you know, take advantage. This is the world we live in. Some people take advantage of the spot that God gives them. And although God knows what goes on in heaven, God is also actually revealing our hearts, giving us the desires of our heart, exposing ourselves to ourselves, seeing if we're going to do good. You know how God say when not letting your right hand know what your left hand doing? God is basically wanting us to do right on our left hand and on our right hand. It's just God exposing ourselves to ourselves. So some masters did wrong things to people, but we have to understand that they also have a master which is in heaven, which is all of our masters. So they have to answer to our master, not us, but God is going to be the one to fight our battle, just like He started in the flesh with Jesus Christ. He's going to be the one to fight our battle. Okay, so it say by honoring and dishonoring, by evil report and good report. Meaning, is someone going to have an evil report on you, or is someone going to have a good report on you? Because for me, I want someone to have a good report on me. Even though they deserved it for me to it, shout out at them, to put them in their place, to tell them what was right, to tell them what was wrong. That's not my place. That is God's job. So for that, I want to always have a right report. And even if I do have a right report, they have some people that will just give an evil report just because they just have nasty ways. But like I said, that is just God exposing themselves, exposing their hearts to them. Because God say, we have a wicked heart, and who can know it? So how would you know it? Only way you know it is God expose it to you. And how do He do it? By you. Okay. So it says, as unknowingly, and ye will know as casting and not killing. Okay? We don't live by casting stones and killing. So basically, that's just like in um, chapter. Uh, that's just like in chapter. Let's see, y'all. Give me some grace. So basically, what God is saying is that when He told us on the Sabbath day to preach the gospel, and He told us to be ministers, that means to be ministers as mothers, to be minister to the youth, not to cast stones at them because they being rebellious, not to kill their spirits or kill because they being rebellious, but to stay in the posture and the fruits of the spirit while we are teaching what is right instead of what is wrong. Because why would someone want to follow someone that's casting stones like them? No, they want to follow Christ. And so if they see the Christ in you, the truth in you, then that will give them a posture to have understanding. Because it's not you no more, it is God that is speaking to them and through you. And so this is why it's very important. And this is why all of this matter when God say guard your lungs. Because this is how we will be putting on the armor of God. Because you can't have on the breastplate of righteousness if you're not walking in righteousness. Righteousness is being obedient. Righteousness is listening to the commandments of God. Righteousness is doing the law of our parents. Righteousness is following the ways of God. Righteousness is being a great servant, whether you a bond servant or you a free servant. Righteousness is righteousness. It does not matter whether you bond or free. God still wants you to be in those fruits, just how Jesus Christ showed us when He walked it on this earth. He showed us the posture He was in. When He was at that wedding and their mom told them to make some wine, He was obedient. Even though He knew that His time had not yet came, He still was being obedient. He still was listening because He came to fulfill the law. And so if God letting you know that you are coming here to fulfill the law, to bring light into the world, what makes you think that He wants you to be like them? No, He wants you to be in a certain type of posture. So this is why this is very important. This is all the way up to chapter 10 and 11. It says, as sorrowful, ye always rejoicing. It says, making many rich as having not, having nothing, and yet possessing all things. This is how we supposed to be. It says in Romans, it says, more than the congregation, for I am that nor death, nor life, nor the power, none of these things sustain you but Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is the only way, the truth, and the light. And so when you do it exactly how He teaches us to do it, this is how we prosper. This is how we put on the full armor. This is how we be protected. This is how we get long life.